Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 502. Is that right? Yes, 502 for the week of Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's here this week?
Brock Sager.
Kevin.
And Charlie.
Hey.
Hello.
I know, it feels like forever.
Toby's supposed to be joining us. We'll see what happens. If he joins like in the next minute, I'll just restart this podcast because it's easier. But if he joins later, I'll
He will join then in 1 minute and 5 seconds, just because you said that.
We'll just merge him in.
So
anyway,
are we waiting for the 130 mark or the 145?
He'll join whatever he joins in. We got some news stories this week, but Kevin, you said you had a story you wanted to...
No, not a story.
Oh, okay.
A topic.
A topic you wanted to discuss, but only when Charlie was here.
Well, it wasn't just only when Charlie, it was when all four of you guys were here. And now Toby has foiled my plans.
Well, you got to have Toby as if he's here.
Yeah, so this was a topic for the 500th episode, which Charlie wasn't on. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll hold it until the next week when Charlie wasn't on. And so now we're on. So we're just going to consider that the 500th birthday celebration is still going.
Always, all year.
It's one of those, it's a year-long celebration that started in May. So I actually did some homework for that damn show, and I couldn't even make use of it. So I'm going to make use of it right now. And Ryan, you can edit in a little disclaimer at the beginning telling people to fast forward to a certain point if they just want to get to the news, because this is going to be very inside baseball.
Okay.
And in general, Kevin made me feel really bad, whatever this is, because he pinged me last week, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to be on. And then work snuck some meetings onto my calendar. I'm like, fuck, Kevin, I'm not going to be on.
You were legit down recovering from the COVID vaccine the week prior.
For the first week it was a COVID vaccine. For the second week, it was my actual day job needed me in a couple of meetings starting at 8:30.
Charlie,
last weekend, but last weekend I got it, and that I was a kick in the teeth. So I
told you a week ahead of time, 2 weeks ahead of time. I'll cover your shift. No, I'll be fine. 4 o'clock rolls around. I'm not fine.
Yeah, it was rough. So I understand.
And then I'm like, okay, I got you till tomorrow. No. I'll message you in the morning, let you know how I feel. 8:30 rolls around. Yeah, so about working. I'm like, dude, I already knew I was working. I planned this in my schedule.
Charlie, there's no reason to feel bad. I'm just not going to, if I actually do homework for this podcast, I'm not going to let it go no matter how many weeks I have to roll it by. So look, here it is, everyone. So we're going to take a quiz. We're going to play a little game show about the podcast. We're going to see how well you guys know the show that you are on.
Oh, no.
Now,
failed.
You should see the look on Ryan's face right now. It's now the order on my screen is Ryan, Brock, Charlie, Toby. So we'll go in that order, and I will just knock this out, and we can get on to the real news. So Ryan, you get the first question. These are 1 point each.
Okay.
All right. No disclaimers about your memory. Ready?
What points don't matter?
What?
Is this never mind. Go ahead.
We need some game show music, but here we go. Okay, so
wait, hold on.
Oh,
what?
Dear God, no!
There we go.
What the hell is that?
There we go. It wasn't the best, but it was good enough.
Good enough. All right, Ryan, your first question's to you. Episode 26 was the first episode that featured Toby and Charlie.
26.
It was a 2-hour episode centered on one topic. What was the topic?
Oh, was that the Suicide Squad one?
Nope. Brock, it goes to you.
Oh, God. Our secret origin into comics?
Must have been a movie episode then.
Charlie, it goes to you.
It was the New 52. It was the
correct, sir.
Of all those title.
So early. So early.
Okay, so since Charlie got that one, we're back to Ryan. Oh, here's another first for you. Episode 111 was the first Comic Conspiracy Book Club. What was the first pick?
Oh, fuck.
I already love this.
What did I pick?
Wait, okay, hold on.
No, Brock, don't give him a hint.
I'm not
saying a hint. Can we ask who picked the book?
I was gonna say, I'm assuming
you could ask that, but I can't answer that. I didn't do that much research. Go ahead, Ryan.
Was
episode 111?
And I'm not googling any of this. I'm not looking.
No, none of us are googling.
What was? I mean, I have to assume like All Star Superman was like one of the.
You got it.
Picks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. That was my first pick.
You got it. Okay, Brock. Next to you, what is the email address to write a question to this show?
The comics conspiracy at geekbox.net.
Ryan, is that correct?
Very close. Very close.
Charlie, what's the email address to write a question to the show?
I have no clue. I have always tuned out by that point.
Well, Ryan, go ahead.
It is the comic conspiracy at geekbox.net.
That's what I said. The comic conspiracy at geekbox.net.
I heard comic conspiracy.
Okay.
But you can give it to who else?
I believe I gave it to you. Okay, whatever. Charlie, we're back to you. Episode 77 was the first Bryce Larson appearance. Which of the following was not a topic of that show? The best and worst of Marvel now, what dead Marvel characters we want back alive, and Marvel random picks of the week. One of those was not a topic.
Charlie's thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah, there are no prizes.
No, I'm going to go the dead that you want back to life.
You are correct, sir. Because it was actually what dead DC characters you want back to life. Okay.
How do we sneak a DC topic into the first Bryce episode? That's what
I know. Okay, Ryan, back to you. What is the most number of people who have ever been on one single episode? You get a plus or minus one.
The number?
Number of people.
I know what episode.
I think the Star Wars episode, the Force Awakens episode, and I think it was 11. I want to say it's 11.
Well, it was 10, but you got it anyway with the plus or minus. You got it anyway. Okay, Brock, friend of the show, Andrew, visited us from Canada. What's the name of his podcast?
From Canada. Oh, God.
He brought the maple snacks.
Yes. Putting me on the spot.
This is not your question. It's Brock's.
I know. I'm wondering if it gets to me.
I don't know.
Charlie?
No clue.
Ryan? Sorry, Andrew.
Remember. I know it, but I don't remember.
This would be Toby's question. I'm going to save it if he comes on. Okay. Brock, we're to you.
Oh, God.
What movie theme song inspired Ryan to play air guitar in the middle of a show?
What movie theme song? Oh, gosh.
You guys are...
I mean, I have a guess, so we'll see if it gets to me. See if it gets to me.
I want to say, Back in Black, but...
Movie theme.
Movie.
Specifically for a movie.
Oh, the Wonder Woman's intro?
You got it!
Yeah, there you go. I don't remember doing that, but I'm not surprised.
Brock's on the board.
Yay!
Charlie, episode 56 was the first all MCU movie review episode. What was the movie?
I'm going to do the math out loud here to help Charlie if I can. 56 would be a year into the podcast. We started what? We started...
I want to say Thor.
May... Well, no, what did we start? March 2011?
March 2011.
So it'd be like,
no, you started... didn't you start May 2011? Because we just had...
May?
No, it's March.
Oh, okay, yeah. May was the 500th, yeah.
It'd be like April/May 2012.
Charlie, what was your guess?
I'm still sticking with Thor.
That's incorrect, sir. Ryan.
It's not Captain America, is it?
Brock.
The Avengers.
You got it.
That was the first one?
Yep. The first, well, others were talked about, but that was the first all reviewed.
I see.
Okay. That was Avengers. Why did I think Avengers is 20, the year later? For some reason I thought Avengers, that was 2012. Fuck, man, that was so long ago.
The reason why I guess Thor is because I don't remember talking really much, if anything, about Iron Man 2. I was pretty sure we didn't talk Iron Man 1. I remember having conversations. I just don't think it was on the podcast.
No, because that was 2008.
Which makes me go, okay, then it's got to be Thor, because I do remember talking about how Thor was not necessarily a character that I was super attached to prior to the movie. Yeah.
So who got that? That was Brock, right? Brock's point? Okay, so we're back to Charlie. No, wait, you got that question. Back to Ryan. Yeah. The Suicide Squad episode you already mentioned was episode 24 and had featured you, Brock, and 2 other guests. Who were they?
Well, this is easy.
It was Gage and Ryan Scott.
You got it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Softball questions.
So before the podcast, became just what it kind of turned into. I definitely had. Oh, Toby's here, so he can get his question. Okay. I had plans because I didn't think we'd have so many topics to talk about every week. I didn't think it'd be 19 comic movies a year. So I figured we'd have quiet weeks with nothing to talk about, and we could do these like themed episodes. I think Crisis on Infinite Earths was supposed to be our second episode. Our second themed episode.
Themed ideas.
That's what Kevin was just talking about. We only did the one.
Like, the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We only did Suicide Squad.
Okay, Toby, you're up. You're going to get the question that stumped everybody else. Friend of the show, and I'm going to tell you.
Sorry, I've been muted by Ryan. Bye.
What? I did not mute Toby. Does he not want? He just want to answer a question. Okay, I don't understand. Keep going.
All right. Who are we on, Brock? Here's another Bryce question for you.
Oh God, Bryce questions.
Farewell episode was 111. Goodbye to Bryce Larson. There were 3 topics other than Bryce himself. Name one of them.
Marvel, X-Men.
Farewell to Bryce Larson?
And beer.
What episode?
111.
A beer.
Where did he go?
To Portland.
He moved.
That fast? He moved to Portland 400 episodes ago? That can't be right. Has it been that long? That's not right. No, that can't be right. It can't be 111. No,
that sounds more like Omar's farewell episode.
Okay. Point being, what was the topic you said, Brock?
X-Men, Hero Clicks, beer, soccer.
Okay, we'll give it to you with X-Men. Toby, are you up or not?
Yeah, sure. What was the other question?
I'm going to tell you. Friend of the show, Andrew, visited us from Canada. What is the name of Andrew's podcast that is announced in the plug section at the end of each episode? And you guys are... There's a good argument for Patreon.
Wait, Andrew from Canada? Was he the dog guy?
What?
Was he the dog guy?
He's the one who brought us all the maple-flavored snacks at the store.
What?
Oh, Jesus. So the answer is, since it's the one that killed the whole panel, the answer is Recovery of an Anime Junkie.
Oh, for some reason I did not make the connection that was the same. That was the same guy.
I don't remember no snacks. What snacks?
Charlie, you're up.
What? No. Hold on. Don't go further. What snacks? Seriously.
That wasn't the question, Toby. The question was the name of his podcast.
But I would remember the snacks.
Ryan, fill him in on the snacks.
I don't remember.
You took home like 3 boxes of them. He brought us.
Well, that's what I would remember because the jackass took everything.
Did I take home some cool maple syrup?
The maple syrup, and he had like the little maple leaf cookies with the icing on them.
Oh, I can't remember that.
I couldn't eat anything because I'm vegan.
Kevin, was I there for that?
Toby, I have no idea if you were there. The point was, what was the name of his show? Well, okay, Charlie, we're going to put ourselves out of our misery soon. I'm going to wrap up to go to the finals.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Episode 250 featured a discussion of whose wedding. And this is not a hard question like you might think.
So, what the...
How did this all start? Did Kevin plan an episode?
North Star?
Yeah.
Is that the name? My brain is...
Wait,
sorry.
A comic book wedding, not a real wedding.
Ryan, whose wedding? 250.
I'm going to assume my own.
Incorrect. Brock, whose wedding? 250. This is going to be epic.
Mine?
Yes.
There you go.
God, that's depressing.
Okay, Toby, you're going to get one more shot here.
Now I'm curious, what episode was I separated?
I didn't do that much research.
252.
Toby, what is the name, in honor of Craig P. Anderson, what is the name of the local binding company?
Oh, fuck. It's Harold and Kumar. Is that?
Very close. Very
close. Hold on. Harold and Henderson's. Harold.
Toby, the correct answer is Harry and the Hendersons.
What?
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harryhausen figure. No, Harry. Hold on. Harry. No, not Harry. What the fuck? Where did Harry come from? Harold.
Okay, Ryan, you know the answer to this?
Herring and Robinson.
I was
All right.
fucking close.
Okay, Toby, I'll feed you another one since you came in late and missed another chance. Who is the host of Nerds Without Pants?
Nope.
Oh, fuck. I do know him. Fuck. God damn it. I have him in my head. I know how he looks like. Oh, hold on. God damn it. Hold on. I know this. I know exactly how he looks like.
Charlie, stand by. It's coming to you.
Oh, no, hold on. No. This is fucked up. I know this. Hold on.
Thank you,
Really putting us
Patreons.
on the spot,
Thank you,
Kevin.
Patreons.
We're going to lose all... We're going to lose all our Patreon.
Okay, Ryan, you may have to cut this.
Yeah. Since these are literally read every week, I thought these would be the easy questions.
Hold on.
It's going to be Recovery of a Comics Conspiracy Patreon backer is the new podcast.
Okay, Charlie, take it.
Julian Titus?
Got it.
Oh, yes. It is. Good job. God damn.
See, I'm going to give that one to Toby just because I'm pretty sure the only reason I remember that one and not the other one is because Toby's always called attention to that one.
All right, last question. We'll see who gets it. Episode 38 was the first time a guest sat in on a regular show, not themed, just general topics. Who was that guest?
Ryan Scott.
Nope, he was on this earlier one. Okay, starting with Higgins. Episode 38.
There's a guest before Ryan Scott?
No, but this was the first time somebody sat in on just a regular show that wasn't a theme.
Does Charlie count?
No.
Okay.
Because he and Toby were on the...
Okay, they were already on.
So somebody who is not currently on the show or has any connection to the show.
Who was our first guest? I don't know. I don't remember.
Brock?
Was it Omar?
Charlie?
I got two other guesses, but I'll wait.
I mean, I would... Assuming we are not counting...
I know! I know!
Hold on.
I know one!
Give it to Toby.
Chris Noyes.
Nope, it is Seth Kane.
Oh, fuck
really?
He doesn't count. That doesn't count. Fuck him.
All right, well, look, I'm going to call it here. So here's the final tally. Higgins with 5 points, Brock with 4, Charlie with 3, and Toby with 1.
Look at that. There you go.
Wait,
all right.
What one did I get?
I
didn't get anything.
Didn't you get the previous one?
No, I didn't get shit.
Charlie said give that one to Toby.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't cheat. I can own up to my the 0 points and swinging for nothing.
No, wasn't that the Nerds Without Pants?
Yeah, that's Charlie's. That doesn't count.
That was Charlie.
That doesn't count. That's Charlie's.
Yeah, but I said give it to Toby because the only reason I would have any knowledge of that,
no.
Patreon backers, is because Toby's always called attention to that particular podcast.
Yeah, till Brock stole that.
So it sort of set up the whole you almost wait for Toby at that part.
Yeah. Till Brock.
All right, Ryan, edit out whatever you need to.
Hey, no. What were the first ones? What did I miss?
All staying in.
I don't. Somebody tell him one of the first ones.
Quickly.
At this point,
Fast rounds.
What was the topic of the first episode you and I were on, Toby?
Oh shit, I don't know. Oh, is this the reviews? 52 reviews?
Oh!
Yes.
You got it!
Yeah. All right, bring it on. Next one.
We're not going through all of them again.
Yeah, rocket rounds, come on.
I was deleting them as I read them so I wouldn't repeat them.
You suck.
We did good. Not as good as we should have, but we did good. I'm surprised I remember anything.
Why did we do this for the fucking 500?
'Cause Charlie wasn't here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wanted to do it with all of you guys were here.
Oh.
Good job, Kevin. Good job.
Yeah, that was some fun research. I learned a lot.
You just pick up random episodes and you're like, this episode.
No, I literally
almost feel like we have to apologize to Kevin for that research.
I literally looked at every page on the Geekbox listing, and each page has like 10 episodes, and I'm just like try to pick one from each page.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, there you go. Fantastic. Memories. Memory lane.
Memories we don't have. Comic conspiracy where no one remembers anything.
Obviously.
We have the memories.
I know exactly.
Audio
I
files.
know exactly what happened. It's Ryan's memory has infected all of us. That's what happened.
Oh, I finished recording the episode and immediately forget everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
Hey, Toby, what was the comic that Ryan needed to get while he was on his honeymoon?
Fuck. Hold on. Not Rebirth. Fucking.
The comic I needed to get?
No, you were reading it digitally. You were reading it while Leanne was sleeping. Oh,
yeah.
It's the.
How do you not know this?
It's the one with the fucking Batman.
You just said it.
The button in the back in the wall.
Hey, you just said it. It's a Rebirth.
Oh, I didn't think it was Rebirth.
I love how he could name like everything that happened in the comic. But
I know, right?
I'm a visual guy, all right? That's why I could see Julian Titus with no pen, but not remember his name, all right? That's why I could...
You could see Julian with no pants?
I could probably count like half the pages in Rebirth, but I didn't remember it was Rebirth. I'm a visual guy. Somewhere Julian's like, why the fuck is he remembering me like that?
And not like it would have affected the answer, but I had transposed two questions, so the Bryce Larson wasn't episode 111.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. I knew it was. That was way early. Yeah, he was like barely on.
He was. I think he's in the 300s. Is his last one.
Yeah,
I can't believe Seth Kane was the first guest.
The first guest on a regular show.
So what do you mean by that?
So like Ryan Scott was on the Suicide Squad special.
Yeah.
I just mean a show with just general news topics.
Noise did not beat Seth Kane?
I don't... Has Chris not been on this many? He's been on Geekbox a bunch.
But he's one of the original Geekboxer like guests. So therefore, he was like one of the original Comic Conspiracy guests too.
Now, does anybody remember when we all laughed the hardest?
What?
What did you say?
Does anyone remember when we laughed the hardest?
Is there an objective correct answer to this?
Yeah, the Wolverine episode.
Yes, there is an objective.
Okay, what?
The Wolverine episode.
The Wolverine episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is probably correct. If anyone can find what episode number that is, I'd love to go back and listen to that episode.
That was pretty
The hardest, speaking of Bryce, the hardest I have laughed in a very long time was the other day. Leanne says, "Hey, have you looked on Bryce's Facebook page yet? Like recently? Go look at it." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "There's a picture of his two kids standing on the soccer field, and his kid, JT, has like this green circle on his shirt, and the colored green is the exact same colored green as the soccer field, and so it looks like there's this hole in him." Like, there's a straight up hole through his body. And Leanne was like, I wanted to make a comment about that, but there's all these, like, relatives saying, like, nice things about the kid. And I look at it, and I pulled it up, and I almost died laughing, because it's the only thing I could see is a giant hole in him. So I put, like...
It's where the alien escaped.
I just it was like a hole through him, right? Like,
yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, and I put like, oh, I'm sorry about your kid. I hope he recovers from that giant hole that got blown through him. Like prayer hands emoji. I've been laughing about it for days now. It's a funny, it makes me laugh. Oh my god, I was dying. I was absolutely dying. It was a very funny photo.
I just imagine Ryan laughing for days and Bryce Larson going, what the fuck is he laughing about?
Well, I didn't like. It's like I don't want to make a bad comment because all these relatives are like posting nice things about how cute the kids are, and all she can see is a giant hole in the kid's chest. It's very funny.
Is his name Deadpool?
Anyway, we got some news topics to talk about here. In 500 episodes, Kevin will quiz us on what we talked about.
Oh, Jesus. So. Get ready, everybody. Start taking notes.
20 years into the podcast. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. I think the big thing is the Eternals trailer. I'm going to save that to the end here. But we got a handful of other stories before we get to that. Pullbox, if you're familiar with...
Wait, Rebirth is that old at this point?
Rebirth was 2015?
No.
2016. When did you get married? 2016. Yep.
When did you get married?
2015.
That's like 8.
Yeah, they got married in 2015 in September.
Wait, no, Rebirth is not that old.
And then took their honeymoon
that summer.
The next year.
It was the summer. Yeah. It was May 2016.
Following summer.
May.
Rebirth.
May? Yeah.
What happened after Rebirth?
Rebirth.
No, what happened afterwards?
Metal. Death metal. Now
Rebirth? It's Infinite Frontier.
Yeah, Infinite Frontier is like the post.
So
I mean, the Rebirth issue led into the quote-unquote rebirth of all those comics for like 2 years was especially... How long was Rebirth officially like going?
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. It said Rebirth on the covers.
Wait, no, Rebirth was not at Brian's wedding. That was like New 52.
No, honeymoon.
Hold on.
I didn't go to the next year.
Honeymoon doesn't happen right after the wedding?
It can.
Oh, you messed up then. You fucked up the timeline, Higgins.
I'm the Barry Allen of this.
Yeah. It's New 52, Rebirth.
Yeah, we started the podcast right when New 52 happened.
No, we didn't. No, we did not. We started before New 52. Yeah. Me and Charlie joined at New 52. You had like 52 episodes before that.
Yes, but I think they started it pretty close to the announcement so they could all say, this is the worst idea ever.
But that was at least like 52 episodes before, like 40, 50 episodes.
I think Kevin just talked about it. Wasn't it 20-something? What was it? What number was it?
Yeah, 26.
I only stayed mad at you for 26 episodes before I joined the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I told you, Toby. You were on very early.
But I was mad at you because you were part of the podcast.
I mean, 26 episodes is still like half a year, Toby.
Yeah.
Okay. I was disappointed in myself. I was like, I'm usually staying mad longer than that.
Yeah, Toby, that episode 26 was just over 2 hours of the New 52.
In my part.
The first 2 weeks of the New 52 was your first episode.
Okay. The New 52, Rebirth, metal shit, and then Infinite Frontier.
Yeah.
All right. The timeline
and like 12 Marvel relaunches in those first couple years.
Yeah, they don't count because there's too many 0.5s. So they don't count. But,
just think about how long it took like Doomsday Clock to come out and finish, and then it will all seem like tons of time has gone by.
Yeah.
It has been a blur. It's been 5 years? It's been a blur.
Since Doomsday Clock?
No, since the entire podcast.
Try 10.
No! Fuck off.
Toby,
2011.
The podcast is only like 2 months older than my son.
No, I was talking to him today.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's 10. He turned 10 on the 11th.
Why don't you carve all this out as a bonus episode and just play the theme song right now, and we'll go.
What the hell?
Yeah, I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
All right, timeline has been restored, I guess. Holy fuck.
Yeah, we started. Yeah, what was it, Brock? March 2011.
Listen, March. The last week of March, like March 24th. Yeah,
no,
I think that's it. Yep.
What the hell have I been doing with my life?
Recording the podcast every week.
Yeah, that's not a life worth living. I need to reevaluate my life. What have I been doing?
Quote of the podcast. What are the second 500 episodes?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's my first question on the next quiz. What did Toby say about an episode 502?
And how many episodes in did Toby realize he's ruined his life? How many episodes did it take for Toby to regret everything?
What the hell happened?
How many days old was Toby when he realized it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, before Toby has a more severe mental breakdown.
That's a lot of years.
That sure is. Pullbox, the comic pull-list service coming from Diamond Comics, launches June 7th. Now, if you're a Comic Hub user like everyone here, everyone here,
nope.
Everyone here.
Toby, you have a hub account.
No, that's a Star Wars. Star Wars says, I rebel. I don't even know what to say. That was a wonderful phrase. saying of that phrase. Anyway,
sound just like Felicity Jones. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Comic Hub, as everyone listening to this podcast knows, is the service that we use, which is a point of sale system and subscription service and app and website and everything, blah, 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 blah. However, Pullbox, something that Diamond's been running for a couple of years now, a couple hundred stores use it. It is not a point of sale system. However, it is a subscription that you can manage with your comic store. So this is coming, and this is going to start after a number of years of beta. Clearly, COVID kind of screwed everything up. But I am excited for this to be used because I do know with Comic Hub, our subscriptions has been like incredibly high. Way more special orders because of it. So for stores that do want to use Pullbox, I hope they get a lot more orders from it. I think there's parts of it better than Comic Hub. I think there's a lot of it that's not as good as Comic Hub. I think the UI and some of the user experience stuff is much stronger with Pullbox. Comic Hub still has a long way to go with that. But the thing with Pullbox is it's by Diamond, and so they sort of have to like move stuff into it. And I'm concerned about the future of Pullbox, obviously, with what's happened with Diamond. Comic Hub is completely independent, so adding Lunar or Ingram or Penguin Random House or any of these other companies is very, very easy. The switch to Lunar forced Comic Hub to completely overhaul how they brought in new publishers and new suppliers. So yeah, it made it really easy for them to upgrade for new people. So if your shop has Pullbox, I recommend signing up for it because it's going to be pretty helpful. Although I still do recommend Comic Hub, obviously.
I rebel.
Toby, we're gonna get you on, man. Nope. You have to. Nope.
I made an alarm to come into the shop today because I knew you were purposely not going to pull my Nightwings.
You log on a Comic Hub, you put the quantity into the cart, you hit submit. It's very easy. Now, I understand, Toby, because if I were you, I would fear using Comic Hub as well because you're going to increase your orders dramatically. Nope. So if you don't want to use it for that reason, I can understand.
Don't play no reverse psychology on me. It's not going to work.
I mean, I think you should give Comic Hub another chance. I will. Some breaking news here. There is the next round of the app and website update is imminent, and it is going to be a more significant change from what I've been told. So when that goes live, I'm going to highly recommend it because I think it's going to become much better. I think a lot of the user experience stuff in Comic Hub is the poor part of the system that needs to get fixed. So I think once the app and the website is a little bit easier to use, the data is there, the ability to subscribe is there once you understand how to use it. But it does need a little bit of help in that regard. Next, not a lot of comic news. We got a lot of movie and TV stuff to talk about here, but a little bit of comic news. DC announced the next Batman event called Fear State. Toby, wasn't that the name of your Fear State? No, Fear Clinic. That was the name of the.
Oh, I was going to say my bedroom. Yeah, no, it's a different state.
Yes, Fear State. So obviously, if you've been reading Batman, they've been building towards this big Scarecrow event for quite some time, and we're going to get our first major Batman event since Joker War. So, year and change. It's just the last one. There's going to be I Am Batman, which is the Jace Fox Batman. His whole story arc's going to kind of. I don't know if he's getting his own title. It's a 0 issue. It's unclear if it's a one shot or if that's moving into the main series. I haven't followed up on that. Catwoman, Batman, all Harley, all that's just going to tie in. There's going to be a Fear State Alpha book as well. And I love this Scarecrow design. I mean, I love the classic look, but the new Scarecrow is creepy as fuck. So it's a cool looking design. I want to see more of what James Tynion does with this because it's neat looking. And then there's an awesome. The main Fear State's going to be Batman 112 to 117. That's going to be the main story arc. So I don't think it's going to be a ton of specials or one shots. There may be a few more past the initial kind of build up, but I don't think they've announced anything yet. But there's a cool little connecting cover. This is sort of moving into some of the future state arcs with the what's his face? What's the guy's name? Not Protector. Brock. Peacekeeper. That's the guy's name. Peacekeeper 01, the new kind of super cop that was running around in
you mean John Cena?
Peacemaker? Yeah.
Oh, different dude. Okay.
I was like a good Batman event, like Scarecrow. Let's see where they go with this. Only got for that. There's a lot of DC had a ton of news stuff coming up, but I don't know if you guys saw any of this. I'm gonna hit these kind of quick because I want to get to Eternals. Naomi is getting a TV show, so we haven't heard too much about this past casting and that it got picked up. But obviously, Johnny CW, Black Lightning ending. I'm assuming Naomi's taking its place. Kind of, they figure they want a black lead superhero show on CW. So there's a lot going for Naomi for 2021, 2022. Did anyone here read that original miniseries? It's fantastic.
What the name?
Yeah, Brad Walker and Jamal Campbell. I'm sorry, Jamal Campbell. The art is so good. If you're reading Far Sector, same artist that did Naomi. Super good. Michael Bendis and David Walker co-wrote it. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the original Naomi book, I feel like they haven't done much with her since. Like she's popped up in action in Young Justice, but they just haven't done a lot with her.
Yeah, she's been in action with Bendis' run a couple times
in the new Justice League title.
She was in Young Justice.
Yeah, they
but nothing much.
The problem is they keep start introducing her again and we're gonna do something, but then they really haven't. So I don't know if that's the case in Justice League, the arc that they're going to be working on, but hopefully they do something more with her, and I'm sure she's going to get a second pretty soon.
I was going to say, with a TV show around her, they will definitely do something.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of shows you figure that may have got picked up before this, but she's a pretty blank slate of a character, so the show really is free to do kind of whatever they want. I feel so. I don't know how. I'm sure they'll stay pretty close to the comic origin. We'll see where they go with it. Toby,
yeah,
your buddy Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh yeah, he's definitely my buddy.
Yep, your good friend.
Yeah, absolutely. He just doesn't know it yet.
He's gonna play.
Krypto the Super Dog.
Well, yes. Also.
What?
As he's gonna play Black Adam, but of course,
no, fuck Black Adam. He's Krypto the Super Dog.
The more prominent role. Now, I thought the Super Pets was an animated movie. Is that live action?
Really?
Obviously with CG. I thought I read that it was live action, and I was like, I thought the Super Pets movie was supposed to be an animated movie.
Wait.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be animated too.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, the animals talk?
They sure do.
No.
They mostly think. But
No, hold on. I read enough Superman comics. The dog's always been just the dog.
Yes, but
there was also the Krypto TV show where he talked. I mean, it's not like this is completely without history.
Yeah, okay, no, it is animated. That's weird. I wonder why. I read an article where they said it was live action. I was like, live action, but I'm reading it. I just picked up a couple more, and they all say animated. I don't know why I said live action. Anyway,
so just to clarify, when he talks, is it woof woof or is it actually like humans?
Kevin maybe can officially confirm. But in all the old adventure comics and action comics, Legion of Superheroes issues where the Legion of Super Pets appear, they have word balloons where they can communicate with each other. However, of course, humans cannot hear the animals unless maybe Vixen was there or something like that.
I was looking forward to The Rock just barking half the time.
Well, I'm assuming
you just wanted the equivalent of the whole "I am Groot."
Yeah, just woof woof.
When Superman's around, I'm sure he will not be able to understand Krypto, but I'm going to guess we'll be able to understand them through the
movie. It would be brilliant if they had Superman show up and the Rock is just talking to him. Superman doesn't understand a word he's saying.
That's probably what it's going to be. Now, Kevin.
Toby, one question I almost asked on the quiz, but I couldn't remember if it was said on the show or in the store, was your plan involving Disneyland and stalking the Rock.
Oh, no, it was not involving stalking the Rock at all. It was Ryan's plan of having me ride on that freaking steamboat all day long for the Rock to show up.
Yes, for the Jungle Cruise premiere.
Yes.
And that was on the podcast.
Was it?
Confirm that.
Yeah. Okay. Disneyland is now open. The
movie has not come out yet.
Right, it comes out...
Charlie, would you have gotten that point?
Jungle Cruise now is due... What's the date?
I get a 2 for 1 in that one because I expect Emily Blunt to be there as well.
So July 30th. So ooh. Toby,
for my birthday, I'm going to go to Disneyland and not leave until I meet The Rock.
What I would do if I was you is I would book solid Wednesday and Thursday, July 28th and 29th. Forget Comic-Con this year. Go to Disneyland all day those 2 days, the 28th, 29th, and ride the Jungle Cruise for all day nonstop. I will
do it starting my birthday, which is the 24th, and not get off that ride and pee into the river. And,
I think the odds of The Rock coming out and being a skipper on the Jungle Cruise for a boat of people is 90% likely.
So I would have agreed with you prior to all the stuff that's gone on.
I still think that.
I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I would have said that would have been the likelihood prior to all this. I can't say that it still has the same likelihood.
Charlie, don't kill my dreams.
Toby, whatever happens, if you're going to pee in the river, whatever you're going to do, I think Ryan would agree with me. Just wear a Comics Conspiracy t-shirt for when you're on the news.
4-1 his competitors.
By end of July, the Disney may be fully open and we may be good, and they may be like, all right, yep, it's time to start bringing these people back out. I would say there's a likelihood.
To me, it depends on, at the end of the day, a lot of this has to do with people's availability and that kind of stuff. And while I'm sure they could make it worth his while to come out, he's also currently filming Black Adam, from what I understand. And his availability is not what it was 6 months ago, kind of thing.
Can you imagine me going to Disneyland? Oh, what are you here for today? I'm like, I'm going to meet The Rock. And I will not leave till that happens.
I just love the fact that you'll say that. They'll think somebody told you he's going to be there and escort you to an area to be like, who told you? Who do we have to fire?
I'd be like, Ryan Higgins, please fire Ryan Higgins. Please. I've been waiting for that day forever.
Okay, now Kevin, I got a question
sir.
for you. I got a couple questions for you. We'll turn the tables on you here. Okay. Super pets, of course. Who do we think is going to be in? I mean, Krypto, obviously, right? They've already announced. They already said Krypto is going to be on it. Now, if you want to look original super pets, and then there are the more general superpowered animal friends in the DC universe.
Now, wait, hold on. Would you count Ace as a super pet?
Yes.
Well, so the super pets, the actual team is Krypto, Beppo the super monkey, Krypto, everyone knows Krypto, right? Right, the dog. Beppo the super monkey, Streaky, who is Supergirl's cat, what's his face, Comet, the super horse. Right, that is the original team. Oh well, I believe it's Streaky, Krypto, and Beppo. I believe are the first. I think Comet comes in later, and you cannot forget about Prody, of course. The Legion of Superheroes blob, Prody. I think he's the lock. I think Comet's a lot. I think Streaky, Krypto. I think Beppo. Prody. Prody's a maybe. I hope they use him. I love Prody. I don't think it's an it. I don't think it's a he. I think it's an it. So, right, we have Ace. We have Jumpa. We have Topo. Right, Jumpa with Wonder Woman's kangaroo.
Yep.
Right? Topo, which is Aquaman's octopus. Are we getting the whole league? Are we getting every superpowered animal?
You also want to include Storm, Aquaman's seahorse.
Okay. Are we gonna get Lewin? What's Harley's hyenas? Lewin something. I can't remember the other one.
Lewin Bob.
Is it Bob? I can't remember what the other one is.
I always forget their names.
What are the other DC animals that we're missing? I'm sure that
Bat Cow.
Huh? Oh, Bat Cow.
Wait, are you talking about the Harley Quinn, the two hyenas?
Yeah.
Bud and Lou, as in Abbott and Costello.
Lou. That's who it is.
I always forget Bud and Lou. Got it.
Okay, so we got Bat Cow. Okay, I want to see all of them. I'd be happy with all of them. That's what I want. I want every single, especially Prody. I need Prody to be in this. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Now, does it have to technically be somebody's pet, or could it just be a powered animal from DC?
Well, if you go powered animal, you end up getting to like King Shark and all that stuff, and don't worry about that. Let's go with like these are pets. These are animals. These are not like man. Although Comet's the technicality there because he's not really a horse, right? Comet's a dude.
But I was going to say, could we nominate Detective Chimp? Could we have Kongorilla?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm down with Detective Chimp. I'll allow Detective Chimp. Kongorilla, I'll Detective Chimp.
Well, technically, Kongorilla is also a dude like the horse.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I got to assume they're going to fight Grodd. I mean, is that the villain of the movie? All right, that just makes sense. All right, so maybe we'll get the Gorilla City in there. I could see that.
Do you think they'll sneak Silky in?
Oh no, I think you're.
Oh, from Teen Titans Go again. That'd be amazing. I'd
say you're probably overthinking it a little bit. Like, I would not be surprised if they decided. Like, so I mean, as I said, they had the Krypto show. They have the series of books. They have a lot of sort of source material where they've even fleshed out pets for the villains.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're just going to, especially with this property, if they're going the animated movie towards kids, they're going to have pet villains on the other side and that kind of thing.
They're not fighting Grodd. They're fighting an army of Jokerfish.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Maybe that's what they're fighting. Yeah. We'll find out. But I'm excited. I'm super excited for Super Pets. I love the Super Pets. And this led me.
I was going to say, I assume as a true fan, you have that Adventure Comics issue.
This led me to go to eBay and say, well, clearly the first appearance of the Super Pets as a team is a worthless comic book that nobody cares about because it's the Super Pets and it's a Legion thing. Yeah, I know. So here's the thing. First of all, finding any like 50s Superman stuff in good shape is impossible. You just cannot find good.
I'm going to go out on a limb. Just tell me if this is right or wrong. With that, that's in adventure or action? Adventure, right?
think first.
I think Adventure, and the year is like 62.
How late?
61, 62, somewhere in there. See if you can scold me live on air if I'm wrong.
I was looking up the other day. It's funny. So like they appear together. It is 62. Yeah, Adventure. Yeah. They appear together. They have they're in a story together. They compete against each other, but they don't like. It's Krypto and Streaky, but then Beppo shows up later, and then like the actual like first appearance of them as a team is Adventure Comics 293 from 1962. So of course I go and look this up, and copies 6 months ago were $40-$50. Now they're $400-$500 plus. They all say, The Rock cast as Krypto in the description title. It's like, buy it now before the movie hits, blah, 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 and all the auction titles. I'm like, God damn you. Damn it. Why? It's the Super Pets. You don't care about the Super Pets. Damn you speculators. You don't care about these characters. What's wrong with you? Oh, I hate it.
The last one only sold for $80.
Is it trash? There were some that were trashed. That's the problem with books from this era. The Superman books, there is not in good shape. If you can find them in decent shape, they must be a fortune because they are just.
The highest one I've seen is almost is like 175.
No, there's
200.
Much higher copies. I was looking at them the other day. Yeah, there's some graded ones.
Oh wait, that's the first Bizarro Luthor.
Yeah, there's probably other stuff in that book, but yeah, it was. What did you say? 293. Yeah, go look that one up. It's definitely. Other stuff. Batgirl movie coming out.
Hold on, I got a bonus. I got a bonus round for to make up for some points that we lost in the Kevin quiz.
Oh, we're still on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to play in this, but it's a bonus round for all you guys, and maybe Ryan doesn't count because I talked to Ryan about it. So Ryan can't play either. What famous cartoon character besides the role in Moana has The Rock played?
Well, you said cartoon characters?
Yeah. Besides being Maui in Moana, has The Rock played? And it's nerd related.
Was he in something Transformers related?
Ooh, you're getting really warm. Really warm. I'll give it to you, Kevin. Yes, it is Transformers. He was
but I don't know what was it, a show or a
it was
movie?
A show. He was Cliffjumper in the pilot episode.
Was he a known person at that time?
Yeah.
I don't know what when that was. So
he was absolutely a known person. In fact, the minute the episode happened and Cliffjumper was the first character showed up in that episode, I was like, it's the fucking Rock. So yes, absolutely, he was a known person.
Yeah.
They even gave him the little the horns based on his tattoo on the front of Cliffjumper.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, Ryan! No wonder Adventure Comics is like the first appearance of like a ton of things.
Yeah.
It's like the first Legion to Super Pets, the first full appearance of General Zod, first Bizarro Lex Luthor, and the first appearance of the Bottle City of Kandor.
That's not the same issue.
Like, yeah, that's pretty impressive that you knew that. I'm actually kind of.
I couldn't have told you if you needed for the point. If you needed me to tell you exactly what it was, I could not have done that. I just remember something connected to Transformers.
Close enough. It was definitely a cartoon, and it was a TV show. But yeah, I'm quite impressed that you knew that.
Yeah, you're looking up a different book, Brock. It's Adventure Comics 293. Yeah, none of those other characters are in it. So, nothing to say about this. This Batgirl movie coming out. Bad Boys for Life director Toby. See Bad Boys for Life?
Absolutely.
You like it?
Absolutely.
Do you see Bad Boys for Life director doing a Batgirl movie?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if she starts swearing up and down the whole movie and starts shooting everything up. So absolutely. No, I like those two guys. Look, I'm very, very, very jealous of those two guys taking over the Bad Boys franchise because it was a dream of mine to take that over. But these two guys, I feel like did it justice because they brought back the original music from the first movie, which I thought was such a big part of the franchise, which Michael Bay skipped over in the second one. It does have one of my favorite actors in the second one, Peter Stormare. But I thought they were true fans of the franchise, and I feel like they knew what was special in the original, and they kind of went back to some of that stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I still think the first one is the absolute best of those three, but I'm curious to see where the Bad Boys franchise is going. And all the behind the scenes videos are a lot of fun because those two are super energetic guys. They're really into filmmaking. So I'm actually quite excited that they got the gig, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with Batgirl.
Cool.
But it's still TBD which Batgirl this is going to be.
Yeah, I don't think there's any info. I don't think there's any info.
I hope it's not that Burnside one.
I mean, that's still Barbara, but it's just the look. Brock, before we get too off here, that listing is incorrect. None of those are in that issue. Kandor was in an earlier issue of Action Comics, like a decade prior to that, or not a decade, like 5 years prior to that. Zod was in way before. Yeah, I don't know why they're listing on that as those characters. None of that's in that issue. Yeah, I don't know that there's any. I mean, it says Barbara Gordon, but that's the end of it. So, I'm super excited for a Batgirl movie. I love Batgirl. It's like the fifth time they've tried to do this in the last 5 years. So we'll see if this actually happens.
Did I hear right though that this is going to be an HBO movie or an HBO special versus being a theatrical movie?
I don't think so.
Wasn't like the new plan for DC to do like the top tier characters in the theaters and some of the side characters kind of get HBO movies instead?
HBO was mentioned in the story in the announcement.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then this is one of those.
Yeah, this is
slightly. I mean, I'm gonna say less budget, but they probably still have a great budget. But
yeah, this was the Hollywood Reporter exclusive article. It says, penned the script for what is being planned as a movie for HBO Max. Yeah, that's right. They were gonna do like a couple somewhat lower budget movies for HBO Max. Yeah. I mean, that's great. I got no problem with it either way. Just a couple other things that's in the works from DC. Again, they had a big all sorts of upcoming movie and TV show announcements and animated series announcements. This one's probably a little bit outside our wheelhouse here, but My Adventures with Superman. It's a HBO Max and Cartoon Network animated series coming. Definitely seems a little bit more on the younger side. Maybe we'll see. It could be fun, but
is it a Jimmy Olsen show?
No. It's basically a Lois Lane show. Like they're very young reporters just starting out. It's Lois, Jimmy, and Clark. Jack Quaid.
Is this animated?
Yeah, it's animated. Yeah, this is an animated series.
Doesn't it look like in a Bruce Timm kind of style?
No.
Oh.
It's very anime. It's very anime looking.
Okay.
Jack Quaid, who's in The Boys, he's the main guy. He's going to play Superman, or Clark Kent, I should say. And Lois is sort of the main character here. This feels like this is a little younger. Cartoon Network tends to aim pretty young with this stuff. But whatever. It's cool. Check out the first episode. Might be neat. Never know. I don't think they dated any of this stuff. This is just Warner's. This is another part of Warner's 2021 presentation, but I don't think there's any dates on when this is scheduled to premiere. It says I got a 2-season order for HBO Max and Cartoon Network, so it'll stream on both. It'll be on both. But the one that I think will maybe be a little bit more up our alley here on the podcast will be the Batman Cape Crusader TV show. That is the Bruce Timm animated series that's coming up with executive producers J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves. So this is going to be a new animated Batman series, much in the vein of Batman the Animated Series. Obviously, with Bruce Timm, who was heavily
but I kind of feel like this kills the rumor that was going around for the new episodes of Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I don't know. They could still do something for like an anniversary, right? You never know. You never know what they're going to do. Again, there's no date for any of this stuff. There's no trailer or anything like that. There's just a very cool one-off a piece of artwork that's very golden age Batman. He's got the big ears. I really like the look. If this is a bit on the darker side, I am totally down with that. This is also Cartoon Network at HBO Max. It'll be streaming on both. So. Yeah, I don't know if...
I wonder if it would still say Cartoon Network if they decided to go Adult Swim. Or if it would specifically say Adult Swim. Because I could see, especially going to like HBO Max with the success of the Harley Quinn show and stuff, that they could want to skew that a little older, which would make it more Adult Swim territory.
They aired an edited version of Harley on...
Wasn't that on
FX?
Sci-Fi? Oh,
Sci-Fi?
Yeah. I think Sci-Fi may have done a couple of them. And
wait, they edit the Harley cartoon?
Yeah, the Harley cartoon was R, like straight R.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be like watching one of those blockbuster porn where they like cut out all the porn scenes? And
well, I mean, there's tons of instances where HBO has had their shows on network television just heavily edited and like that kind of thing. It's commonplace for a lot of this stuff once it reaches a certain level for there to be a mass market version out there, even if you would never actually want to buy that version of it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Harley show to be on Blu-ray, which I think is already out, for it to be at Target section. I think it was like Batman Year One. That was totally in the kick section.
Yeah, I maybe saw Killing Joke in the kids section one time at Target, and I was like, "Oh, this is not the right place for this." Not at all.
So I'm waiting for that Harley cartoon to be in the kids section.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of good DC stuff coming up. Good animated series. But we do have to talk about Eternals now. So Kevin had to... Okay, first of all, before we start, I will say, I guess no real spoilers, because I don't know that there's anything to spoil.
You could watch this trailer. It's just 20 seconds of footage.
It's 2 minutes.
What?
The Eternals trailer?
It is?
Yeah,
Eternals trailer. I watched the first minute.
Okay.
Well, not much happened to those 2 minutes then.
So we will... like I said, I think this will be as spoiler-free as it probably can be, because I don't know that there's anything to spoil. But we are going to talk about the trailer for Eternals, and this is going to be our last topic for the night. I want to remind everyone that I generally like to love all the MCU movies. I am very excited for Black Widow. I'm very excited for Shang-Chi.
I like to announce that like Julian Titus's name has just been going over and over and over in my head since that question, like just randomly. Like Ryan would be talking about a topic like right now, and my head just goes Julian Titus.
No pants.
Titus.
I mostly was super excited and loved WandaVision. I was very excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and although I didn't care for it very much, I was very, very excited for it to come out. So I just want you to remember this, Marvel fans. I want you to remember my actual track record when it comes to liking the MCU, which I think is pretty high.
No,
okay?
No, you're a Marvel hater.
It's my track record of liking MCU stuff is pretty high.
No.
So let me then move into the Eternals trailer, which looks fucking terrible. Terrible. It looks worse than I could have possibly imagined. I am blown away by how bad this looks. This looks no better. And I joked about it when that like 2-second teaser thing happened. I joked about it. I am serious. This looks no better than the Inhumans TV show. This looks awful. I am. Look, I want to walk into this movie or stream it 45. Watch 45 days later on Disney Plus after it comes out, because I probably won't see it in theater this year, and love it. I want nothing more than this movie to be a big, amazing success and to be super cool and something totally different and really neat and funny and exciting and huge and great. I want that. That trailer was bad. And I cannot be the only one that thinks it.
It was a teaser trailer.
I mean, it's a full 2-minute trailer. That's not a teaser trailer. This is a full 2-minute trailer for a movie.
Well, they had a song in it. I don't even know what the song was.
So
I'll look it up.
I guess my general caveat on this, just in general, I kind of feel like Eternals was a very odd choice for a MCU movie in terms of source material and that stuff. And there's not that much Eternals material to pull from.
Right.
For that reason, I don't think it looked horrible or anything. I'm not in the same sort of mindset as you on this, but I also think that my expectations were very subdued compared to my expectations for most Marvel properties.
I mean, it looks so dull. It looks so bland. It looks so boring. It looks so slow. The costumes look like cosplay. It looks like it was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It looks like Inhumans. I forgive that stuff. And look, like, I could totally forgive that stuff on TV and network TV shows and CW and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, I don't care. Like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is fine. Like, I don't really care for it, but like, it's a TV show. Like, I don't. It's a network TV show at that. I don't put the same amount of, kind of
production.
Yeah, I don't expect the same production. When you put the Inhumans episode into the IMAX theater, that's a bit of a shift in perception, and that show rightly deserved the ridicule it got. I did not finish Inhumans. It was not good, but again, I don't know that I expected much more from it. Eternals should be something fucking weird and out there and crazy and big Kirby stuff. And this still looks like the most bland, the most boring. The characters all look like nothing. There's no costumes. There's no. Besides the logistics of, hey, Thanos wiped out half the universe. Nope, we're still going to stay in hiding. Oh, this random village is being attacked. Time to finally venture out, world. This was the thing that was going to make us fight back. Like, okay, whatever. Sure, it doesn't bother me. Whatever, I don't care. The movie, I'm sure, will have some sort of explanation for it. It looks bad. That scene at the end, their like little stinger scene at the end was like painful.
So
hit me, guys. I just stunned Kevin into silence.
For me, it's a trailer that gives you nothing in any real substance of what this movie is going to be about. It brings up like those questions that you said of like, why are you now coming out of hiding or whatever you're doing like after Endgame? I think
it's Endgame that gets him out.
I mean, it could be something where like, they hear the snap and they're like, oh crap, we have to wake up now, or I don't know, but like the trailer didn't really give you any of that. Like I was having like Stargate flashbacks.
Hey, don't badmouth Stargate.
I was going to say,
I'm not bad-mouthing Stargate, okay? Stargate actually had vehicles that had like depth and and like personality. This was a chunk of metal flying in the air.
But I can see they're going for like maybe some 2000, 2001 stuff, but I just
it doesn't like, none of this screams what, like, I think everybody on the internet that I saw was talking about. Like, this does not scream Jack Kirby. This does not scream, big, just epic space, just, galactic level things. Like, when they, like, I think the best picture I saw was somebody took that picture, that flying thing, and replaced it with Jack Kirby's actual picture of the flying thing. I was like, I like that one better. But yeah, I have no idea what this movie's going to be about. But the movie in it was The End of the World by Skeeter Davis.
I mean, I would say this. It would be very hard to, assuming they were going with the source material and that stuff, to fully give context in a trailer based on Eternals.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of the more unknown and complicated properties in some ways. Especially if you're trying to explain any kind of motivations or whatnot for these characters.
Yeah, but that's the point of a trailer, is to sell you on the movie, and that trailer was god-awful. Toby, your concern about this movie is long-standing on this podcast. And Kevin, I know you're...
What?
You've said for a while that you thought this was going to be the movie that didn't work.
Oh. Well, I don't...
You said it could be.
Yeah, but I don't hope it.
No, I don't hope it either.
Yeah, like, I'm all for it. Like, look, I'm a huge Angelina Jolie fan, especially when she does action movies, so I'm all in. Bring it on. Her scenes in the trailer were my favorites, so bring it on. I'm in. It's got Cersei in it. I'm in. I mean, look, this is the first movie. Well, I'm thrown off because the way Cersei's portrayed is not how I imagined her when I was reading all those books. And I'm a big fan of the Eternals kind of through the Avengers books from the 80s because, Cersei and some of the characters would show up there. And then I think the books I read had backup stories of Eternals in them. Like, it took me a while to figure out that Game of Thrones guy is the main blonde guy. Like, I didn't make that connection for a while.
So that was one of the things that I was when they cast Kit Harington as Black Knight. I was like, "That's amazing!" But like,
yeah, Black Knight though. But the other
shit with him.
No. But the other Game of Thrones guy is wait, isn't he from Game of Thrones? The other
it's the other guy too.
The main guy, right?
I forget his name. Yeah,
but that's the blonde character though, isn't it?
Yes, Icarus.
Yeah, with the Nova chest design.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Richard Madden is the actor.
Okay. So I was talking to Kevin off podcast about this because the Eternals I read that I thought at least I enjoyed is not what everybody's referring to. I think everybody's referring to the Kirby stuff. I don't think that's the stuff I was reading. I was reading, like, I guess the second version of it, which was slightly more John Byrne-ish kind of art, but it wasn't John Byrne, if that makes sense. Kevin eventually, I think, found a thing about it and sent it to me, and that's exactly what I was reading. So it was like later. I must have been, if Eternals was 70s originally, I must have been reading some kind of 80s versions of it, maybe. But, yeah, I do mix them up with Inhumans a lot, like a lot of other people, it seems. But it does have characters I do like, but I have to say, sadly, this is the one movie where I'm just not... look, like I said, I was excited to see Cersei. I thought Angelina was going to be Cersei, even though, I know the big weeks think she's too old for it now, but I would have still liked seeing that because I can see her more as Cersei myself, but again, I'm like, look, I'll see it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards, but this is the first time I'm not as excited for a Marvel movie. Like, I think every Marvel movie I was like, at least more than one thing where I go, holy moly, and would be super excited about. And yeah, I'm not so sure about this one, but again, it's got Angelina and it's got Cersei in it, so I'm in. Bring it on.
Yeah, I like I said, I want to love it. I hope it's great. Guardians was a big question mark, and those trailers were like, "Oh, this is amazing! This looks so good! This looks fantastic! This is going to be huge!" And it was, right?
Higgins.
What's that?
Don't say the thing about the Guardians. Are you about to go to say?
What am I going to say?
That it sucked.
Guardians 1?
2.
I didn't say anything about Guardians 2. I said when Guardians 1 was announced, that was a big, like, well, okay, maybe we'll see how this works. And the trailer was great. They have to sell people on Eternals. They did not sell anyone on Eternals with that trailer.
It's weird, though, because we've been hearing about Eternals forever now, and my fear is, they were originally going to do Inhumans as a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was on the plate as one of the movies. And I wonder when they kind of pivoted and made that a TV thing, that they still had this idea for the Inhumans, and now they kind of put the Eternals in that thing, like in that idea slot of what needs to happen in the grander scheme of the Marvel Universe. And that they kind of, swap the characters, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm speculating, totally. Look, it's probably the least excited for a Marvel movie I've been since Doctor Strange. But yeah, we'll see. I don't want. Look, I want people to be excited, so I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to it. I have a feeling though they're holding back. I have a feeling that in the movie they're gonna go through some of the world history, but not only the world history, but some of the Marvel movie history, sort of like Endgame style. And I think none of that is in the trailer, but that's just my speculation.
There's a tough issue. We talked a little bit about this on that Facebook group post. With the Eternals, the reason that the Eternals I think they've had 4 different series over the years, including Kirby.
That's the one from the 70s, right?
Yeah, Kirby's the 70s. Then there was the one you read that was Sal Buscema in the 80s. Then there was the Neil Gaiman one. There's the current one, and I think there might have been a mini series in there in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, there's been a few others.
The problem with it is the same reason that the New Gods kept getting stopped and started after Kirby is that you're dealing with. Well, I mean, it's going to sound like a cliche to say it. God, you're dealing with myths, living myths. They're not like Thor. You would say, well, Thor's a god, but Thor's a superhero also. He has villains and adventures and a love interest and all this. These are like mythological characters, so there's not really quote unquote personality and fun adventures.
Well,
it's just
the ones that ended up with the Avengers, like Cersei did. Like, I don't.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the original. If you go back to the original concept, sure. They kept trying to reinvent them as superheroes.
Yeah,
and so I'm not sure what this version is. I actually think the Eternals could work way better in an MCU than in an MU on the page. It's just so hard to tell from this trailer. I assume they're not doing Kirby. They can't be doing Kirby. There's just no way that would not work. So it's got to be some combination of one of the later runs. You guys said, Ryan, you said you were excited about Black Widow and Shang-Chi. This is the one I was the most curious about just because I think I've seen 3 of Chloe Zhao's 4 movies before this. I've liked all of them to varying degrees, and she does not at all seem like a director for a giant cosmic superhero movie.
Yeah.
So that's why I was the most curious. Like, oh my God, what are they going to do? What is she going to do? And she's got writing credit on the movie. So it's not just like she's a director, like just stuck into the mold and cranking out the factory. She co-wrote the movie. So obviously her voice is in here somewhere. It's just that trailer, and I'm only commenting on 1 minute. It's kind of like, okay, but there's no, like, what would get anybody, look, I'm going to see it. Don't misunderstand. Based on 1 minute, my comment would be, what are you going to tell people who are Marvel fans that is cool here? We've seen Cosmic. We've seen serious Cosmic. We've seen funny Cosmic. So what is the Eternals going to bring that none of the other movies have delivered? What is these characters are going to be the vehicle to put what in the MCU that we could never, ever get before this?
Mutants.
We have ancient races with the Asgardians, so that's already been done. And I'm just wondering, and I still have no idea. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I didn't think it looked terrible. I just thought it was more puzzling than anything.
Well, and it's such a bizarre property from even just like a Disney marketing perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get like Gilgamesh action figures? like nobody will ever care about any of these characters. I think Black Knight was like, that has to have been just someone at Marvel being like, guys, we've got to get something else in here that's recognizable to Marvel fans because nobody cares about the Eternals. A Black Knight feels like he has nothing to do with the Eternals.
Well, I'm assuming this is just with no reading of anything. He's an Eternal who just stayed behind in medieval times.
But in the comics, Black Knight has nothing to do with the Eternals, right? Okay, yeah, I'm not reading the current miniseries. I don't know if there's been some weird change in recent time, but yeah, as far as I knew, Black Knight had nothing to do with the Eternals.
I'm eagerly awaiting for my Disney Marvel Star Fox action figure.
I hold on to that for quite a while. Is he there's Eternals, there's Deviants,
Isn't Star Fox a Titan?
He's a Titan, right? Because he
was? I thought he was a Eternal.
No, he's whatever Thanos is.
Star Fox?
What's Thanos?
A Titan.
Thanos is just the Titan, I think.
But I think they have a...
Isn't Star Fox Thanos' brother?
Yeah. Don't they have another name, though?
Wait, I thought he was an Eternal all this time.
No.
Huh.
He was kind of... I think he was retconned into it at some point, but it wasn't part of the Kirby run. I think there was some connection.
Yeah, he's Eros of Titan.
Yeah, but they're called something else. I don't remember. I forget what the
Titanian.
No. Like that group of.
It says he's affiliated with the Eternals on the Wikipedia. And the Avengers and the Dark Guardian.
Yeah, well, I was just saying he wasn't ever in the Kirby run. I think he was put into the Eternals and some later.
Well, you probably is in the one I was reading, probably. Well, let's say with today's political correctness, I doubt we'll ever see him appear.
Yeah,
or not the version that was back in the comics.
No. Yeah, are the Titans technically Eternals?
I didn't think so.
Oh, now it's getting more interesting, though.
I gotta go look this up.
Okay, hold on.
Anyway, hold on. He may have uncovered some stuff, though. If the Eternals are some kind of Titans, that just opens up the world even bigger for the cosmic stuff. So that could be very interesting.
Oh! Here it is. I found something on it. It says, in particular, Celestial's experiment on humanity has been used to explain how certain humans can develop superpowers. The Titanians, which were created by Jim Starlin, and the Uranians, which were created by Stan Lee, were later retconned as being Eternals as well. So they retconned all of those two races, at least, is what it sounds like, to be in Eternals as well.
So I'm not completely wrong.
Yeah,
Jason Aaron had him brought him back in his Avengers run in the beginning.
Yeah, I just don't remember what the whole deal with the Titans or the people of Titan.
Again, my knowledge is all because of the '80s Avengers stuff, where Star Fox, Cersei, and some of these characters were in the Avengers, and then I had backup stories in the books I was reading that was just Eternals backups. And yeah, that was that second run from the '80s. So all my knowledge is from that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they could like anything, like any of the movies, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to tie these guys into Thanos, if they're going to do more, if they're going to make Black Knight an Eternal. I don't follow spoiler stuff for these movies. I just wait for the movie to come out and watch it. So I have no idea what their plans are for any of this stuff.
Do you think Jon Snow went to Marvel and had a meeting and he goes, I'm finally going to be something different? They're going, we're going to give you the Black Knight. And he's like, God damn it.
I mean, yeah, it's very on the nose casting for him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did enjoy a couple people who were posted in the Facebook, including Craig, that they're reading the Kirby Eternals for the first time based on this. I'm kind of like, yeah, you should read it because it's some crazy 70s Marvel shit. Mm-hmm. But reading that to prep for this is like reading The Killing Joke to prep for like Adam West Batman. It's like, yes, it's the same property, but I'm suspecting that the telling of the tale is going to be vastly different. If I'm not
mistaken, it wasn't well liked back then, right? It's been quarter books and it's been like, I mean,
yeah.
It's not a property that was necessarily like heralded, like,
well, because it wasn't Marvel superheroes. It was Kirby doing his own thing, like he did with 2001.
Yeah,
which they later Kirby introduced Machine Man in his 2001 series.
Yeah,
and that later became part of the Marvel universe. But originally, 2001 and the Eternals were their own books with him just having his own playground to play in, out of continuity, away from everything else.
Yeah. Because I remember Scott, our good friend Scott and Ryan being in the shop, and I think they were sorting some Eternals book, and I was excited about it, and they kind of nodded at each other going, yeah, look at this fucker, now he's excited. So Ryan acknowledged that I do like the Avengers Cersei stuff, so take that, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, and they've taken, the Eternals in the past, and I think Cersei's the one that's sort of left the group, and especially if you're a 90s Avengers fan, yeah, she was all over that book. So, I'm not against them doing something with the Eternals. I almost feel like, and again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know, but the Eternals feels like maybe a cool, like, TV show where they can explore like the history of like the pre-Marvel universe. You know what I mean? Like
what Inhumans could have been.
Yeah. I think there's.
I actually kind of enjoyed the Inhumans. I never finished it, but I actually enjoyed watching it. I mean, It was just. I think maybe my expectations were just like lower than most people, but I actually enjoyed it.
Well, my biggest problem, I think you guys, at least if you watch the first episode, they kind of get into it. What's the brother's name? Also from Game of Thrones, right?
The wiener guy.
Maximus?
Yeah, Maximus, right? Yeah. Like, the Eternals does the Inhumans does such a bad job in that show of setting him up as the villain because, like, he's right. He's leading this, like, slave rebellion, and you're like... Yeah, these guys are dicks. Like, of course, like, he is in the right here. Like, you guys are all, like, high and mighty, living, like, in, like, castles, and you're living off these...
Somehow you don't understand Killmonger. You understand? You understand Ramsay Bolton and Inhumans, but Killmonger, nope, that's just horrible. Bad guy.
I understand Killmonger. I don't even remember what his deal was anymore. Like, wasn't he an art thief or something like that? Like,
damn, I should have made an MCU quiz. Boy, then we would have seen who the true fans are.
Bring it on.
Well, was he just like stealing stuff from museums? Like, I don't even remember what the hell. I don't even remember what the hell his deal was.
He was stealing stuff from Wakanda.
Cool.
No, because he was mad about it. Like, he felt like he's been outcast, and then there's people.
Well, but that was his way. So he was working with Claw to basically rob a museum that had an artifact that was made of vibranium to basically lure out the Black Panther and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, then he fought him and beat him
against Wakanda the whole.
Yeah, but in the Inhumans TV show, like Maximus is literally trying to free slavery, like free slaves. Like, that's a little bit different. Like.
I don't know. Honestly, my big thing with the Inhumans TV show, and part of the reason I never got past the early episodes, is the second you take off Medusa's hair, I'm like, then what's the fucking point of having Medusa in the show?
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, not good funny, just funny. Anyway, I am very hopeful for the Eternals. This trailer did not in any way, shape, or form get me excited for the movie. Kevin, I know people have said the director's great. I don't. Clearly, I don't know her. It's I'm sure she does real movies that normal people watch that I've never heard of. So
she did the movie that won the Best Picture Academy Award this year.
What was it?
Nomadland.
Never heard of it.
What?
I don't watch any of this stuff, Toby. Now that she's done a superhero movie, now I understand. Now I know who she is. Never heard of her prior to this. That is every actor and actress from the last 20 years.
Pretty much your MO.
Yeah, because I don't have time for anything else. I don't have time for any of this shit. So, did a superhero movie? Now I know who you are. Cool. All right. John Cena? Now I know who he is, finally. Never heard of him before the other day.
What about The Rock? You didn't know who The Rock was before he was announced as Black Adam?
Yeah,
never heard of The Rock before he was Krypto.
After DC Fandom, Ryan called me, hey, that Rock guy, he's pretty funny. I was like,
yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty muscular, Toby.
You're only like 15, 20 years too late, buddy.
He looks like a wrestler or something. It's amazing.
He knew about Rock before he watched Moana.
Oh, Disney is the other way they get to you, right?
Yeah. As long as it's Disney or Disney Marvel movie,
Star Wars,
or superhero movie, Star Wars.
We're hoping Toby planned a Disneyland trip.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Eternals. We'll see what you're up to in November. All right, November.
Yep. Yeah, it's November.
All right, we'll see.
All I know is I remember when I got back into comics, Neil Gaiman was doing that Eternals run, and I was like, oh, excited, and then I was like, oh, this is not what I expected.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it.
That was Romita Jr., right? The art.
Yeah, it was Romita Jr. And then right after the next year, they did that a 9-issue run that nobody cared about. And then they just disappeared for almost over a decade, because it was just I think it's one of those things where Kirby had it. People thought, oh wow, crazy shit. I like Kirby. Let me try and recreate something or add to it. And then nobody liked it. And then somebody read Kirby again. And it's like, let me try and make this better, and then failed again. But Ryan, are you excited for people to come in and go, the Eternals movie, what should I read?
Yeah, I mean, sure. There's a couple of Eternals trades, but like everything, I'm like,
there's even an omnibus.
These are very different than what the movie's going to be. But yeah, if you want to read something, this is what you read. But
is this stuff I read in a trade?
Probably. I think every Eternals thing has been recollected in the last 6 months. So yeah, hope it's good. Trailer leaves a lot to be desired. We'll find out. All right, that is it. We are going to wrap up now. Thank you all very much.
No questions. No nothing.
Oh, good. Next week maybe we'll do something. Thank you all very much. We're wrapping up. We're getting out of here. Thank you to our Patreon backers, Joe Duff, Craig Anderson at ClickPath Coaches, Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum Podcast, and Talon Bray. Thank you guys all very much for your continued support. ComicConspiracyPodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify is where you can find all our previous episodes. If you head over to patreon.com/comicconspiracy, you can kick us a couple bucks. It's always appreciated. And comicsconspiracy.biz is where all our comics are sold online. If you're not coming down to the shop, of course, in Sunnyvale, California, you can always go over to comicsconspiracy.biz and pick up some comics from us. Doing our big mail order this month, this week. So if you price anything in the next day or two, we got a lot of packages going out. Head over to conspiratorBrock.com for Brock's blog, pull lists, and unboxing videos over there. Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast. That's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. You can hear him talk all about Doctor Who. What are you, monthly now?
Yeah, we're monthly.
Okay. Kevin Sharp does a weekly interview series called Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com. You can check that out every week. And my wife, Leanne, has an Etsy store where you can find all her artwork for sale at etsy.com/shop/Leanne Hill Art. Of course, you can go to leannehill.com and find her all her artwork on there as well. If you're on Twitter, give us all a follow. I'm Ryan Higgins Ryan. Brock is Best Basement, BES Basement. Toby is Toby XI. Charlie is Insanity and Chaos. Kevin is that Kevin Sharp. And the store is Comics Con Store. Please check out Geekbox and Manga Machinations on among Geekbox every other Monday at this point. I think we're every other.
What was that? What was that?
Geekbox?
Geekbox?
Geekbox.net. I'm on every other Monday.
Hey,
do a podcast.
Kevin, you're right. It's Salad Buscema, and it was 1985. It was number 1 to 12. At least the trade is number 1 to 12, and they even has some Avenger stuff in it too. So this is definitely the stuff I was reading.
There it is.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. All right, we are going to wrap up. If you liked the Eternals trailer or hated it or whatever, send us some thoughts. Go over to the Patreon or go over to the Facebook group.
They're going to give you the third degree on the Facebook group.
That's totally fine. I'm used to it. So go over to the Facebook page. You can sign up to yell at me. So. All right, thank you, everyone. Catch you next week.